like to introduce our next mentor, that is Dr. Poornima Charantimath, who has been mentor to a number of startups at AIC and is currently working as Head of Research Center at IMER Belgaum. So she'll be guiding us on business model canvassing. Dr. Poornima, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Nice listening to Rohit Swarup. I'm just taking over from him. Let me congratulate all the startups. We have chosen a very good sector. EdTech is a sunrise sector. It is an upcoming sector. I will tell you in my presentation why you should be happy to choose that sector. First thing. And today I'm going to talk about you should have a business model. I don't know whether you have come up with your business model. Today I'm talking about a business model, which is very important because you may need to pitch to your investors or you may have new partners. Wherever you go, this business model is going to help you. It is just like getting up in the morning, looking at the business model is important. It is just like your Bhagavad Gita or your Quran or your Bible. Without that, you will not know where you are going. And you need to fine tune. It is not a static document. It is a very dynamic document. But you should have a framework. Today I'm going to talk about mainly on business model canvas. And I just wanted to ask my friends, startup friends, do you have a business model canvas already developed at your end? Or you have some model in your mind? Maybe mentally we have a framework. I think I'm asking all of you, just can you respond before I start my presentation so that we can break the ice, because I'm the next speaker and I'm talking to you now. Have you got a business model, Prem bhai?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Actually, yeah, I have prepared a business model about a year ago, but it's a bit dated now, so I'll have to work on it. But I've not had all these insights that I'm getting from this program when I actually prepared it. So I'll have to revisit that and do it. So I'm looking forward to. Very
good. Today I'm talking. I'm going to talk about business model. Any doubts you have, I can clarify, because I have done a lot of business model for startups. Practically, we have helped them to develop a business model, and we fine tune the business model according to the situation and the environment. Saurav, do you have your business model? Any time you are done? Mr. Saurav.
Yes, ma'am. We have done a little bit, and we are continuously improving it as we talk to more customers, and because we are also talking to a little bit of different categories of users. Even if it's EdTech, then a school category versus an online education upskilling. So we have to keep adapting it, and maybe like we heard in the session today, that we have to do maybe 2 or 3 business models and see which one works for which kind of user segment.
Okay. Today I'm going to take some examples of a business model, so that some cases on the business model, so that you can see how you can fine tune your business model or add value to your business model, or if you don't have a business model, how to develop a business model. Others, anybody wants to respond before I go to my presentation? Thakur, George, I can see so many on the screen. Anybody wants to talk about their business model before I proceed?
So ma'am, we are still working on ours. So I would really love to know your insights first and then work on ours.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Anybody? Okay, I'll go to my presentation, then we can have. Today I'm talking about business model canvas for specifically for EdTech sector, for your sector, because this is very important part of your startup, developing a business model canvas. So I'll just go to my next slide. This is what I want to tell you. Please be very happy. I've done a lot of research on EdTech sector. Myself being a management educator, I've done a lot of research on EdTech sector. I call EdTech is the future of education, because be very happy you have chosen the right sector. by 2026, EdTech industry is set to grow by 11.6 billion. It is a revolution. It is not a temporary adjustment. It is going to become a permanent solution. Thanks to new education policy. I think, have you heard about our new education policy 2020 framed by the government? Have you heard? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Any no?
No, for me, I've not actually.
Saurabh, please, I'm going to talk about for a few minutes. Be very happy. The National Education Policy. It has special focus on digital education because they want to focus mainly on blended learning and remote learning. Because India is a very highly populated country, we need to tap remote learning also. There is a lot of opportunities in blended learning and remote learning area. And new education policy would set up National Educational Technology Forum to develop a dedicated setup for digital EdTech infrastructure. See, the government is helping you to set up the infrastructure. So, but you have to wait for a few more years, but it is just coming up. There is opportunity for EdTech startup. You can enter public-private partnership. If you want to grow, now you are small. If you want to sustain and grow in volumes, you have to enter public-private partnership. So, I will just highlight what is this new education policy. Those people who are not aware, 2020, which is given by the government of India, coding to be taught from class 6 onwards. E-content in regional language. Schools and colleges have to develop e-content in regional languages. And you have an opportunity to develop e-content in regional language. We have so many regional languages. Do you know how many regional languages you have? Any guess? Anyone? Approximately. I'm not asking the exact figure. Do you know how many regional languages we have in India? Because there is a lot of opportunity for e-content in regional language. Yes. I want the answer. 600? Yes, nearly. Look the opportunity. Don't you feel there is a big opportunity?
Yep.
Waiting at your door? Yes. Be happy. Multiple entry and exit programs. It is, you can enter, come back. Enter, come back. Like Western model. It is a Western, little similar to Western model. Content will focus on idea, application, and problem solving. Very important. This one is very important. I myself is in EdTech industry. I have been a management educator for so many years. Earlier, we used to teach case study by giving the cases to the students, paper cases. Today, we teach cases with animation, with logical thinking, with tree diagrams. So there is a lot of scope for technology intervention in application and problem solving. And also increased focus in vocational studies from the school level itself. Look at this. What should be the goal of EdTech companies like you? The goal of EdTech companies is to improve student outcome. Today, everybody is interested in outcome. It is an outcome-based education to improve learning abilities and reduce the teaching burden on instructors. So, EdTech becomes a facilitator to reduce teaching burden on educators. You know, these are the top 8 EdTech companies in India. Byju's, all of you are aware. Henry Arvin, Upgrade, Pesto, Vedantu, White Hat, UN Academy, Class Plus. Don't get afraid. There is still a gap. there is still an opportunity, because I will tell you one thing, there are a lot of problems in education sector. So there are a lot of opportunities for EdTech companies. When there are more challenges, be happy, you have an opportunity to grab. All of us say today education is like this. I know there are giant companies are there, top EdTech companies in India, but still there is a gap for you. Still there is an opportunity for you to enter and make a mark in the industry. I'm going to talk about a business model today. What is a business model? It refers to a company's plan for making profit. If you don't make profit, you will not survive. You will not sustain. Maybe you may not make profit from day one, but definitely you need to make profit. And business model talks about what type of product you are giving, what type of service you are giving, what type of market you are targeting. And please try to understand, business model is very important for both new and established businesses. If it is a new business also, you need a business model. If it is established, and I already told you it is a dynamic model. It is not a static model. EdTech business models. How EdTech startup generate revenue. See, I'm taking an example of Byju's and Coursera. They have a model called as freemium model. They call it as a freemium model. It helps consumers begin using product for free. Then with the option to upgrade to pay the version at a later stage. They need not pay from beginning. They will use it for free. If they want to upgrade, then they have to make the payment. This model is called freemium model, mostly used by Byju's and Coursera. There is one more model, top-down model, Schoolzilla is using. District leaders purchase for all schools under its administration. It is government purchase this model, top-down model, and give it to schools. You can tap this area also. Bottom-up model. The product is given to schools for free and teachers encourage students to use it for which they are charged. It is called as Scholastic and ABC Mouse. They are having this bottom-up business model. Then there is a sponsored model. Corporate sponsors the product to schools for free as a part of CSR. I think all of you know there is a lot of CSR fund is available for many sectors. For example, some companies, let me give you an example of Aditya Birla company. They have earmarked a very good amount of money under their CSR sector for EdTech business. They go for sponsorship. Even Infosys Foundation, I think you can tap this area also. This area, there is a lot of opportunity. Lot of CSR fund is available for education. For example, Birlas have, Tata Group have, even Infosys Foundation have. But they can't do everything. They will tie up with some EdTech companies like you, and that money can be used and you can tap this amount. So I'm introducing to 4 different type of business models. One is premium, top down, bottom up, sponsored. This is, I told you who is using this model. Any question at this stage before I go to the next slide? I'm just I will talk about business model canvas later. Any question?
Yeah.
Prem?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ma'am, will these foundations like the Infosys Foundation, will they be welcoming to private profit motivated private companies like us, private
Correct.
startups like us?
Very good.
Or do we need to have an NGO approach to it?
Very good question, Prem, you have asked. See, they have CSR funding, they have, but they can't use all this funding, and they have target to use this funding in the financial year. That funding you can tap. See, you need not do for free, and they have CSR fund, and it is mandatory. They have to spend that money also. I think you are aware. This CSR fund, they have to spend it mandatory in that financial year. But you have to tap that funding. And if your idea is really interested to you, to them, they are going to invite you. Definitely they are going to. See, Ajim Premji Foundation. Have you heard about Ajim Premji?
Yes, they are doing wonderful work now.
But they can't do everything. They need people like you. They can't do everything. Even Tata Group is doing. Even I know Aditya, because I am a consultant to Aditya Birla Group of companies. Rajeshri Birla, she heads the CSR wing of Birla Group. They have a lot of funding. Only you need to do little network. See, let me tell you, all of you, one very important thing for people like you is also required is good networking is very, very important. You should network. If your networking is good, then you know how to tap it. Your idea may be great, but they may not know your idea. They are not knowing. You should know where to sell your idea. How you need a platform to sell your, and you have to find those platforms to sell your ideas. And this area, there is a lot of opportunity. Let me tell you, because government is looking for companies to spend their CSR amount. And for EdTech education sector, they have earmarked very good funding. Take Birlas, take Tatas, take Premjis, take Infosys. They have fund. You need, even international funding is also there. Not only funding from Indian companies. For example, Microsoft has got a lot of funding. I think, I don't know whether you are aware, Microsoft has got a lot of funding. So you should be aware of this type of model. And you tell this is how we are going. You can tap the corporate sponsors. They are sponsors for your sector. Okay. They can become some type of investors also indirectly. Indirectly, they can invest in your companies. Is it clear?
Yeah, very clear, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I want you should look up about all these things, because this is not very easy to begin with. One more thing I am telling, political connection, if you have, you can go for this type of model, top-down model. District leaders, who are district leaders? MLAs, MPs, purchase for all schools under its administration. They purchase. And you can go for this also. The product is given to schools for free, and teachers encourage students to use it, for which they are charged. See, these three also you can try. These three models: sponsored model, bottom-up model, top-down model. Here, all you need is a network. And business requires good networking. Your team, you are not alone, you have a team. You are not doing alone the business. You have a team with you. So your team, one person in your team should constantly do networking. I was advisor to one startup. 4 people were there. One person I used to tell him, you concentrate on product development. Another person I used to tell him, do marketing and brand building. And another person I used to do, you do PRO work. So another person I used to tell, do technology. Whoever is good in that area, you should understand your core competency in your team. How many people are there in your team, Saurav? I don't think you are alone.
No, it's we're a small team, less than 10 people, but they're all doing individual tasks.
Okay. What about Prem?
I'm actually alone, but I operate through interns to handle my classes and all that. Okay, and in that way, I'm located in a very small place, very remotely away from the cities.
Okay.
So this is a nice place to work, but at the same time, I can't access human resources very well enough. But at this stage, I'm okay with it. Although I think I need people later for marketing and other things.
Prem, very nice. You have started alone.
Yeah.
But slowly, if you want to scale up, if you want to grow big, you need to build a team.
Yeah, I mean, I want to. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do next.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then, if you go to Urmi, they have EdTech marketplace model. They provide a marketplace. People sell different different EdTech companies. They use it as a marketplace. Then Duolingo, they have an ad-sponsored model. The subscription-based model is very common. Many EdTech companies have the subscription-based model. For example, I have given Class Plus is one of the example. The key, please try to understand who are the key stakeholders in EdTech ecosystem. They are EdTech firms providing services and solutions, investors, academic institutions, the government and consumers, teachers, parents, and student community. But here, don't forget, even companies CSR is also one of the stakeholders. So many companies have CSR activities. If education is one of their CSR activity, they are also your stakeholders. Look at this model, an EdTech ecosystem model. It has got EdTech supply and business model. It has human capacity. It needs enabling infrastructure and education policy and strategy. You should know about education policy. What is our education policy today? New education policy 2020, you should know very clearly where you can tap the market. And lot of enabling infrastructure is available today compared to previous time. Because of COVID and all, the every education sector has enabled infrastructure, and you have to tap the human capacity. Here I'm going to talk about different type of business models: B2C, B2G, business to government. B2G means business to government, business to customer, business to consumer. B2B is also there, business to business. So you should know the ecosystem where you are working. What is the ecosystem? You should have the human capacity. Skill building is very important. You should have right infrastructure, and you should know the current policy, and you should have your business model. This is the EdTech ecosystem model. Now I'm going to coming to the heart of my session today. I've done a little warm up so far. Now we are entering the heart of today's session. I'm talking about business model canvas. What is this? It is a visual representation of a business model. It provides entrepreneurs, business owners, strategists to understand the big picture of the business. You should have a big picture, which is shown in your business model canvas. It is a framework under which you are operating. There are 9 components. This is very important. I want everybody should understand the 9 components of a business model canvas. One is the value proposition. What unique solution you are giving to the customer problem. Very important. I'm talking about the 9 components of a business model canvas. The first one is what value you are giving. What unique value you are giving to customer's problem. And you should have customer segments. Don't keep all the eggs in a single basket. You should have different customer segments. It's very important. People willing to pay money for the problem you are solving. That is your customer segment. Resources needed to run your startup. Channels. How will you reach out your prospective customers? That is the 4th component. Customer relationship. How do you acquire customers? Not only acquiring, how to retain and how to grow them. This is 5th one. 6th one is revenue stream. How your startup make money, whether you are going for subscription model, premium model, what type of model you are going for. Next one is key activities. Activities that enable your business. That is product development, sales, marketing. Who are your key partners? Outside resources that help your business model. Your suppliers, your collaboration, your alliances. What type of cost structure? Fixed, variable, and other costs you have to pay, like salaries, etc. These are the 9. I think you are clear about these 9 components. Everybody should know these 9 components of a business model canvas. I'll show you one business model canvas. This is the business model canvas. Here you have key partners, key activities, Key is all 9 components in single page. It is a business model. Key partners, key activities, key resources, what value you are going to give, what type of relationship, your channels, your customer segment, what is your cost structure, what is your revenue structure. These are the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every business should have business model canvas which has got 9 components. I will take one example and tell you what are these things. What is these key partners? Here you are answering, who are our key partners? Who are our key suppliers? Which key resources are we acquiring from our partners? Which key activities do partners perform? This is one. Key activities. What key activity do our value proposition requires? Our distribution channels, our customer relationship, our revenue streams. Key resources. What key resources do our value proposition require? Our distribution channels, customer relationship, revenue streams, value proposition. What value do we deliver to the customer? How you are solving their problem, customer problem? What is the minimum viable product which you are working on, MVP? What bundles of product and services are we offering to each segment? Customer relationship. How do we keep and grow customers? How costly are they? How customers are integrated in the business model? And what type of customer segments you have, whether you have school or college or preschool, you have different customer segment. What type of resources? What type of channels? What type of cost? What are the most important cost? Which key resources are most expensive? Which key activities are most expensive? How you are making money? This is very important. For what value are our customer willing to pay? For what do they currently pay? What is the revenue model? What are the pricing tactics? These are the 9 components of a business model canvas. Have you done this 9 components? Have you worked on these 9 components? Saurav, is there any question to ask at this point?
Some of these components, not all of them. For example, the cost structure we are still working on, because we have some people who are on fixed salaries, and some of these, like I said, some suppliers we tend to get when the work is there. So, it's the cost structure is still we have to kind of finalize. Right?
What you have worked already, please tell me.
So we have identified some key partners there, right? Which is, key partners who not only are, the end consumers, but who actually help us get to the end consumers, right? And these are people who work in the industries before. Another great example of key partner is, of course, UIncept as well, which is, helping us get those doors open and get us in front of prospective B2B partnerships, right? So that is a key partnership that we have. In terms of activities, of course, most of it is technology driven. We come in with a plug and play model, right? And so that is one. Value proposition is something which is unique to us. It is still new for a country like India, what we are trying to do. But, as once we discuss the value proposition with the customer, sometimes they come with their own set of requirements. So that has also helped us to, expand on the value proposition. So initially we were saying we could do A, and then they came and said that, can you help us with task B also, because that is also something we need. So that value proposition for now is in EdTech space is coming out pretty mature. Although, of course, we still keep learning as we talk to more and more customers. So the customer relationship, that is something which we have to work on as we grow, because today we are at the early stages. So, not a lot of effort has been done there. It's just me and, one of my team leads is talking to them. I do most of the talking and discussions with customers, right? Segments, like we said, now we have almost formulated, and we also had a deep dive master, mentor session within UIncept as well. So that is kind of, initially we were going after a different segment, but we realized that now these are 2 different segments which need different approaches. So that we have done. And channels, again, it's very direct again today. We are not employing digital marketing, because we have to at least get the first 10 customers when we can say that, yes, we at least understand the problems, we understand the challenges. These are some solutions we have. So then we can go on to different channels and, kind of go from a POC MVP to kind of a scale up kind of a setup, right? Revenue stream, it's very direct. It's a SaaS model for us, right? So the more they use, they get a little bit cost benefit on that. And that is how we have set it up across different components of the.
Saurav, what I understand is you need to work on cost structure.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Please go. And anybody, Prem, you have anything to share?
Ma'am, regarding the business partners, ma'am?
Yes. These 9 components, have you already worked or still something you need to work?
It's a bit dated, ma'am. I had worked a long time ago, but it was not up to the mark. Not with the kind of insights that I'm actually learning from you, from you and others in this thing now. So I think
Are you getting new insights? Are you getting new insights?
Of course, yeah. Very, very strong insights. Very strong insights. So, I think I should be ready with a rough outline of the business canvas by next week.
Nice. Very good. Very good.
With what you.
Yeah. Any other person wants to share?
So we've worked on this. We've like bits and pieces of this. Yes, we keep revising it as we go along. So I shouldn't say we have finalized on anything yet, but so that's what I'm saying. The business model is still a work in progress for us.
Which part of this model, because it has got 9 components, which one you have not still worked on? Please. Not very clarity is there. Not much clarity is there. Please.
So one would be customer segmentation. That is one thing. Also the channels. So based on the challenges that we are facing throughout our journey, we need to work on the channels. And also the pricing, the cost structure.
So 3 more you have to work out of 9.
Yes.
If I'm right.
Yes.
Any other person wants to talk on this? Because on the screen I can see only 3 names directly. Any other wants to say? Anyway, I will take one example and we can also discuss at the end. I have taken a business model canvas of Coursera as an example. What they did, how they developed a business model. Their key partners are universities and teachers, Amazon, translators, developers, distribution partners, example JetBlue. These are their key partners. Please examine yours. Their key activities: creating and maintaining IT infrastructure, managing current partners and acquiring new ones, managing the learning community. That is their key activities they have identified. Their key resources are online platform, engineers, partnership with top universities. See, today there is a chance to collaborate with new universities for EdTech companies. Lot of private universities are coming today. You can partner with, if you cannot partner right away with top university, there are a lot of private universities are there. You can partner with top, not top, at least private university, medium tier 2 partner. You can develop a partnership with tier 2 universities. Value proposition: access to world-class education for free, they are telling. Help people improve their lives. Wide reach, flexible schedule and interactive tool. Their customer relationship: community is their customer. Social media, blog. Writing blog is also very, very important. If one of you if you have a partner or if you have a team, I think one of you should mainly concentrate on social media and blog. Channels, online platforms, mobile applications. Customer segments they have given: mass, individual interest, prestigious education institute, individuals also. Cost structure: creating IT infrastructure, operating business, partnership management. How they make money here: revenue streams, subscription, one-time purchases, premium services, signature track, revenue from career service, affiliate program they do with Amazon. They have tied up with Amazon and they do. This is an example of Coursera's business model canvas. Any question here? Because I have two more examples to share. Because I told you what is a business model. Now I'm giving an example. You also start thinking what you will add here, key partners. You may get some different idea looking at this Coursera business model canvas. Anybody wants to intervene now and say something?
Ma'am, one observation here in customer relationship. This point about blogs is very important because when we were trying and sharing our website, so customers started to ask blogs and some case studies and some examples where maybe the technology has been used not only in India but even other parts of the world, right? For example, if there is an example of US that we can show them that how it works, right? So this blog is very useful. And another one they have asked is also for FAQs, some basic set of FAQs to you can understand and get a feel of the system, because it's all technology, right? So sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah. Yes, good. Premji?
Just one this one. Who would we identify as the partners? Who would we identify as the partners? Would we identify, for example, UIncept as a partner? As as an accelerator guiding us, as an incubation program guiding us to build this company, would we identify who would we identify as partners in the business model canvas?
You can identify key partners if you are for whom you are catering your business.
I'm catering to students.
Students of which schools, college, or in?
This is from high school level to college level to first year or second year.
So the educational institutions can be your partners.
Right.
You can partner with the educational institution for whose students you are catering. They will be your partners.
Thank you.
They are your main partners or key partners.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Any other? Nisha? Yes.
No questions yet.
No questions yet. Okay, I'll go to the next one. I have taken a business model canvas, one more example of Udni. They have a mission statement. Have you developed a mission statement for your company? You have a vision and mission statement? Have you done your SWOT? Please answer, very important.
No, ma'am. I haven't done a SWOT.
Yeah. Please, all of you, I'm telling, before you go to business model canvas, do your SWOT analysis. Identify your strength, your weakness, opportunities and threats. Very important. Based on SWOT, you develop a vision statement. What is a vision statement? The preferred picture of your business in future. And you should have a mission. What is the mission? How you will realize your vision? It should be told in your mission statement. I think you have to do that exercise. I think I have done a lot of master classes on SWOT analysis, how to develop a vision statement, mission statement. Very, very important. That is the basic foundation statement you have to do. So for time being, because I'm only mainly concentrating on business model canvas, here Udmi's mission statement is to help anyone learn anything. Look at their mission statement. To help anyone learn anything. See, they have very big markets area. The volumes are big. Key resources, a mass market business model, enterprises for all size, educational institutes are their key resources. I think Premji's also is educational institute. They also are catering to healthcare providers. Yes. Anyone who seek video conferencing solution is their key resources. Then key partners, educational content providers, affiliates, non-profit organizations. Then value proposition. For students, they want to give value. For instructors, they want to give this value. For students, they have a value proposition. For instructors also, they have a value proposition. Their customer segments are instructors and also students. Customer relationship, social media pages, conferences, as Saurav told, FAQ section. They have FAQ, frequently answering question section. They have ebooks, white papers, 24/7 email support. Key activities, maintenance of platform, marketing, their revenue streams. They collect fee from students and they have business also. Their cost structure, development, maintenance, marketing, and salary for employees, transaction related expenses. Why I am showing these examples may give you new insights when you develop a business model. So any observation here, anybody? Please go for SWOT, vision, mission. Next example is very interesting. I have taken Khan Academy. Everybody knows Khan Academy. We are a non-profit with a mission to provide world-class education for anyone, anywhere. That is their mission. Their key partners, philanthropic organization and donors, content experts and volunteers. See, look at their key partners, philanthropic organizations and donors. They are tapping donors. They are also content experts and volunteers. They are looking for volunteers who can volunteer. Key activities, content creation and translation, platform development and maintenance, key resources, donations and funding. Because it is free, Khan Academy business model canvas, anybody revenue stream is free. That's why they are depending on donation and funding. Video content and platform is their key resource. Value proposition, high quality education for everyone for free. Very, very interesting. How they are maintaining? Because they are tapping philanthropists and donors. Customer relationship, self-service and customer support. Channels, YouTube, Khan Academy website, and they have an app also. Customer segment, students all over the world. Look at their customer segment, very big customer segment. Students all over the world. Cost structure, platform development and maintenance, human resources, customer support is their cost structure. Revenue streams, they are having free revenue, but they are collecting donations. You taking donation, they are maintaining this business. Is it not interesting? Very different business model. These are two different business models. Coursera, Udemy business model is different. This is entirely new type. See, look at the way he has thought about this business model. His value is high quality education for everyone for free is given. This is one unique, I can say. It's a unique business model. Do you agree? It is a unique business model.
Sure. Yeah, they are the pioneers in
they are the
free
pioneers.
education. Yeah, they were the pioneers in free.
They are the pioneers. Saurav?
And,
yes, sorry, Premji, please go ahead. Premji, you were telling something. Yes, unmute, please.
Yeah. They were the pioneers and they sustained the program without ever becoming profitable. Unlike, say, Coursera and EdX, which were also high quality, they eventually became, they are now looking at profits. But Khan Academy has been quite a source. But yeah, one has to make profit to become sustainable. I don't know how Khan Academy manages that.
Yeah. Saurav, you have any observation, please?
No, this is a very good, business model. I mean, I have not seen something like this, but I was always questioning how. And perhaps it's also interesting for us that initially we could start with a Khan Academy model, build something, and like Premji is also saying that from there we could go then and see how to convert it to a for-profit model, right? Because sometimes initially asking everyone for money could be difficult, but if you remove that component and get the revenue stream from some donation or some assistance, maybe it can help us to get some initial customers very quickly, right? Because they don't see the cost pressure. and then kind of convert it over time into a for-profit or create additional revenue stream. Yeah.
So I have just want to add to your idea. You can tap CSR funding. Last time, I think in the other last slide also I was talking about that. In India, a lot of CSR funding is available. Very big companies are there. Not only in India, you can tap from foreign companies also. Even I told you, Microsoft has got a lot of CSR funding. They want to spend in India, especially in education sector.
No, interesting.
I think if you want to, because Saurav, you were telling we can build, then we can tap and all. Very good idea. But to begin with, instead of giving everything very free, because you will also have a pressure. You can't give everything free also.
Correct.
Why don't you tap CSR fund? Definitely you can do it. And also some government funding is also there today. Schools and all, they are giving a lot of funding.
Very difficult to get, no?
Very difficult. But that's why I told you networking. Your networking is very, very important. How you tap is very important. So these are some of the business. I showed you 3 different business models because this model is different. Coursera, this model is completely different. And this is unique. I can tell you is ultimate business model called Academy. And the type of quality of education, high quality education you are getting in this business model, it is not questionable only. So you can think and of different business model, and you cannot just copy those business models because your business is different. But you will get some insights from those business model, how to build your own business model. That's what I can say. I'll quickly go to the next slide. Why you should have a business model canvas? You may be thinking, Madam is talking so much about business model canvas. How it will help me? Because you have to spend a lot of time, effort to develop a business model. Benefits of a business model canvas. If you want to develop a business model, you need a business model canvas. As simple as that. And you will be more focused when you are developing a business model because you are answering each question in that 9 components in that canvas. And you can meet target customer need. You know who are your customer, what value you are giving, how you are solving the problem, unique solution to their problem. And you can satisfy the requirements of your stakeholders. Please try to find out not only your customer, your stakeholders in the business. And you can reduce the risk of failure. Yeah, this is very important. Everybody see, in business there is a risk, but you want to reduce the risk of failure. Very important. You don't want to fail. You want to reduce the risk. Then scientific framework. This business model canvas will give you a scientific framework that works for you. And it will help to craft an elevator pitch to your investors and other partners. You need to pitch your idea. You need to pitch. Because there will be so many questions if somebody is investing in your business. For example, you may have angel investors, venture capitalists later in your business. So you need to pitch. If you know your business model, it will be easy for you to pitch to your investors and other partners. That's why you people need to work on business model canvas. If you have worked, good. If you have not worked, start from today. And if you already have a framework, why don't you fine tune it? Why don't you upgrade it so that you will have a focus on your business model? So this is all from my end for today, because my time is already coming to it. But I'm still open for your question answer session. I want question answer from all of you, because I want to know, if I don't want to go without answering any of your questions.
Yes, ma'am. So my question is not very much related to the business model canvas as such. But what I'm trying to understand is now there are a lot of EdTechs coming up. We do understand there's a lot of market opportunity and everything, but at the end of it, we are all vying for the same limited time that a student has, right? A student is 24 hours and,
correct.
he goes to school, he comes back from school, and then he has so many things on his plate. He has tuitions, and then there's one EdTech which says, come on, we have math classes, and we have this. So now the major challenge for us is there are early adopters, there are parents who want to come up and give these things to their children, but their children just don't have the time to accommodate all these things.
Yes, very good question.
So yes,
Very
and
good question.
we are trying to figure out what exactly can be done about this. It's like it does look like a big market opportunity, but the time of the student is limited, and that is what we are all vying for at the end of the day.
Very good question. I'm very happy you asked a very relevant question. Everybody wants to take a part of cake in that pie. I understand your question is great, but be innovative. Very important is you should be innovative. You should have a unique selling proposal. You should have something different. You should stand apart. Your creativity and innovativeness is the only thing which will help you. I understand what you are asking, but the market is very big, and there are a lot of private universities coming up, and new education policy definitely will help these edtech companies. But one answer I can give for your question is be innovative, and you should stand apart. That is what I want to answer. I know you have to experiment. I understand. You need to experiment. Yes. It is a sandbox. You have to try and they have different modes. But you should be different. You should have a unique selling proposal, USP. That makes you different in the market. So you should work on that. Very good question. Happy you asked a good question.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I have one question. From whatever you have covered, I think almost everything I have done earlier. So my question is, I don't know if it is very clearly related to this session. The question is this: now, what is the basic principle, to create an urgency to buy a service? That is where I'm failing every time.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Like, what is the basic principle to create an urgency to buy our product or service?
How you have to create an urgency to buy your service in the market? That's what.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very interesting question. Very good question. It is not emergency. All of us know. But one thing you can do, you have to develop your own brand. You have to target a niche area. There you can have a mark. There you can create urgency. Definitely, I will tell you there you can. Niche area you have to choose. One thing. Second thing, you have to have something, you have to experiment something different from what others are doing. And you have to have your brand. And marketing is very, very important. Branding, marketing is very important. Social media, I told you, writing blogs, social media, there you have to create the awareness. Creating awareness to create urgency is very important, John. That's what I can answer your question. That's how I can answer your question. People should feel, yes, I should go. There is no other choice. That's type of urgency you have to create.
Sorry, I was on mute. Good evening and thank you for the wonderful session. We've been working on these business plans for some time now and far from perfection, but I think we are getting there. And, sort of putting it, how we have structured it now gives us a lot of insight of, how should we be proceeding. So thank you so much for that. I think my question is around, we are striving for the K-12 plus market, the college students. That's our target segment. And what we've realized is we wanted to work with a lot of colleges, something that Coursera has done. And I feel the adaptability right now in colleges being open to these programs, especially with a lot of EdTechs vying in this sector, has been little slow, I would say, right? So what do you think, in your opinion, would be a good way to approach these colleges? They are interested to listen to us, But again, like somebody pointed out, right, they want us to conduct these seminars, free seminars, and give a lot of stuff for free. And then, there's little tangibility at the end of it. So just want to understand how to penetrate, and there are both private colleges and government college affiliated colleges, right? So what would be a good method where the closure cycle or the interest cycle is a lot faster?
Very good question, Abhay. I appreciate this. I myself was heading a management school for almost 5 to 10 years. So I can answer your question very nicely. What a principal or a management of the college or the faculty expect, I think you can go for a blended learning better, because now everybody is going for hybrid mode. Most of the educational institutions, they are going for hybrid mode. If you're targeting for colleges and institutions, they are mainly going for, because new education policy talks about hybrid mode and blended learning. So to begin with, you can blend offline and online. Later on, once you develop the confidence completely, you can go for online mode. To begin with, completely online may be a little difficult to begin with. But once you establish a confidence and trust, a blended learning is, or hybrid mode of learning is going to be the way. That's what, there is a lot of demand in this area, because I myself is a management educator for so many years and still advisor to many premier schools and colleges in India. So this is what the suggestion I give from my experience and what is happening today. And that is the fact. That is what is my answer, Mr. Dubey.
Thank you so much, man. I think that's very insightful. We are looking at hybrid as one of the options. I think, naturally we came to that conclusion that online, especially with things open up, may not go down well, and we might have to do a hybrid approach to this. So thank you for reinforcing that belief.
Thank you. Thank you for your question.
Ma'am, one last question from my side.
Saurabh, please.
Yes, so you talked about the CSR funds, and we would like to kind of pursue this with one or two people. So how do you suggest we go about this?
One thing is, the best thing I will tell you, Infosys Foundation, where Sudha Murthy is the chairperson in Bangalore. Where you live, Saurabh?
Mumbai, ma'am.
Mumbai. Infosys Foundation has got a lot of funds for schools and EdTech sector. Ajim Framji Foundation. And Mumbai, if you are living, I have come Mumbai many times to Aditya Birla, where Birla, Kumaramangalam Birla's Rajeshri Birla is running the foundation. So if you can, if they are convinced, sky is the limit. You need not worry about giving bribe or anything. They are very open, they are very transparent. If they like your idea, sky is the limit. Why don't you try? Why don't you experiment? That is the answer I can give. Thank you so much. Very nice interacting with all of you. I really enjoyed this session.